Uh,
All right. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so sorry. Are you guys here for the athletes, for 401 for student athletes? Okay, I'm so sorry. I was in my other room. I thought they connected the two rooms together like they did last time. I apologize. All right, and sorry for that. Hope the people from the other room come over. All right, so athletes, we want to go to college on a scholarship. We want to play our sport in college, but first we got to think about the student part, right? Are our grades right? Making sure our grades stay together. What sports do you guys play since y'all are on the screen?
I do track and field.
You run track and do what?
Yeah, I just run track.
Okay, cool. Jordan, what you do?
I play basketball.
Play basketball. Women's volleyball in the chat. Okay, Alexa, what you do? Alexa and Jadon. Did I say that right? What y'all do?
I play football.
You play football. Okay, and what year are you guys?
2021.
Huh?
2021.
That's this year, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you got to say senior, junior,
I'm
sophomore.
a senior.
Okay,
I'm a senior.
yeah, we slow over here in the old people age. I need the thing. Okay, so you're a senior, and you didn't really get to play your sport this year, right? Because of COVID, right? Or did you get to play?
We had a season.
You had a season. Okay, cool. So have you reached out? So were there a lot of recruiting coaches at the games this year, though? Probably not, right?
No.
So what you do is you look on these institutions' websites. Have you all been accepted to college? Are you getting accepted today? Okay, so if we've been accepted already, we might want to go and look on their website, the athletic department, go to our respective sport, then look down at the recruiting coach's name, not their coach. All right, I'm gonna mute y'all because I'm hearing all of y'all feedback. Sorry. And you could come off mute and ask me anything you want anytime, but I just hear all of y'all feedback. I think it's because she's in the car. I hear, the headphones be real sensitive. So look for the recruiting coach's name. You reach out to them, tell them your interest. Do you have a highlights? Do you have tape? All of y'all have tape. So you're gonna share that with that coach, right? You're gonna tell them maybe if your season is still going, you want to give them the rest of the schedule. Like, hey, our games are live on Zoom or wherever the games are live now. You can share that information with them, okay? That's the first step. Or you can go to on this website on college, what's this thing called? Black College Expo, excuse me. They have a space for you to talk to coaches, okay? It's on their website, not on this event, but there's a space on their website for you to talk to HBCU coaches, okay? If you want to go to a HBCU, and I can help you with that. I'm gonna drop my email because it's easy to walk you through it at a different time. But we have to make sure we have clearinghouse. Do we have clearinghouse done? Does everyone have clearinghouse filled out?
Is that the NCAA thing?
Yes, NCAA clearinghouse form.
Yes.
Okay, one person has it done. Jadon has it done too. If you do not, you need to, when you get off of here this afternoon, put it in Google, NCAA clearinghouse form. No coach can talk to you if you have not filled that form out. Okay, that's against the law. Okay, period. Okay, so you fill that form out, you reach out to the recruiting coach, and don't take, oh, he didn't respond to me. There's millions of people reaching out to them, right? You're going to continue to reach out. But when you do your highlights, it's not necessarily highlight like whistle to whistle anymore. So in track, yes, it's gone from the start of the race to the end. That makes sense, right? But if we're playing basketball or football or volleyball, they want to see from whistle to whistle, okay? So if your coach still old school and your coach tells you no, they just want to see your best plays. No, they want to see somebody that's coachable, right? How can I help this student improve, right? So they need to see everything from whistle to whistle. So from your jump shot to when you miss that block, everything needs to be seen, okay? But still make sure it's good. So don't put a bad one, but you know what I'm saying? They want to still see whistle to whistle, okay? What kind of questions do you have about athletics, guys? It's easier because we don't have a PowerPoint to probably answer the questions. Come off mute. No question is stupid, so.
Okay, so I have a question. So I've been like reaching
throw
out
out
to
some of the schools you guys are interested in.
Okay.
Nobody?
I'm interested. Wait, can you hear me?
Miss Kennedy, what schools you want to go to? I think can she talk or because I muted you? There you go. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was talking, but I don't think nobody could hear me.
No, we couldn't. I had to unmute you because I muted you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I've actually been reaching out to coaches, and the school that I am most interested in right now is Xavier University of Louisiana. But I'm also interested in like some schools in Georgia, like Georgia State, Kennesaw State, and Georgia Southern. And as far as HBCUs, I'm also interested in like Howard and NCAT.
Okay, NCAT. I'll say NCAT. It's North Carolina A&T, not NCAT.
Okay.
But just
A&T.
Yeah. But that's interesting. It depends on where you're from. People say that it's weird. Anyway, okay. So North Carolina A&T has the #1 track program in the country right now, right?
Yeah.
Right? So when you want to go to a school like that, don't you feel like you need to be a little proactive, right?
Yes.
You got to show them what you're not a senior though, right?
I am.
You are a senior. So you saw the recruiting coach versus the head coach name, right?
I have not seen that yet.
Okay, because the head coach is not reading that email.
Okay.
Okay, and that's just real. Everybody. That's why the word recruiting coach is in front of that person's name. That is the person who is going to look at all the videos, and then when they go to their weekly meetings or whatever they do at their process, that person is going to share with the head coach. Hey, we need to look into this student. We need to see Miss Turner run. Okay. But that coach is being inundated. His email probably explodes daily, where he just probably goes through and says, you know how you do when you see all your junk email? Select all, delete. Sorry to say it like that, but that's the real world, right? They try to probably read stuff, but we have to understand the protocol, recruiting coach, okay? So good luck, but I definitely think you can get into some of them schools. What do you want to major in?
I want to major in psychology.
Okay, psychology, okay. So I see Howard. Okay, I can see the Howard. Georgia State. Georgia State. You're from Atlanta, aren't you? Georgia State is kind of a commuter school. Kind of feels like a really commuter school. 90% of the students are from the state of Georgia. To have a college experience, sometimes this is just Ebony's personal opinion. This is Dr. Ebony's just opinion, okay? I think you should go out of state or go somewhere that doesn't feel like a commuter school where you're going to always go back to your family. The whole purpose of college is to have this experience, to learn and to also grow. But when we run and go home every weekend and still participate in everybody's birthday, sometimes it doesn't allow us to have that full experience. And you want to be on a team, right? And so that's going to push you to be to interact with other people. So being so close to home might not be the best, but good luck in whatever you choose. Because I mean, maybe you're saying I do need to be close to home. Is the recruiting coach's emails listed online? Yeah, the whole staff's emails are listed online. They don't just say the head coach. You might see a big picture of the head coach and his whole bio, but everybody on his staff is on that website. Okay, because they're employees of the institution. So yes, they're all on there, but all recruiting coaches are listed. And if you feel like, hey, I don't have the recruiting coach, then email all the coaches. Somebody going to respond, right? But the word recruiting is next to it. I'm being facetious, but the word recruiting is definitely right next to their name and their title, like offensive line coach, defensive coach. This coach is the defensive line coach is also the recruiting coach. This coach is for something else. Like, so they have all that information listed in there. Does it pop out right on the front page of the athletic website? No. But you guys go to school, you good researchers. That's what you're doing. Now, if AAU ball, right? I play AAU because my season was cut short because of COVID. What do? You still reach out to that recruiting coach. You get your AAU coach because they're usually connected to many institutions to reach out as well on your behalf. They can all help you. It should work together. All coaches want to see you succeed. It looks good for them that you've got scholarship money, right? So they can recruit the next class of students to come up. So they will help you. But make sure you're following the rules. Once you do the NCAA clearinghouse and know all the rules, you won't make any mistakes, okay? Let's see. What advice would you give to a sophomore student who's looking to play college sports? Where can I start? Get on the team. If I don't know if they're having conditioning, like I say, y'all in this fair is for 2 states that are pretty open. You guys are playing sports down in these states. Other states are not doing anything. So students are just doing a lot more conditioning. So I would could do conditioning and also express my interest for the team to whoever my respective coach is at the high school level if I was a sophomore. Also, I would look at times. Like she said, she does track. I would look at like times that I want to look at my time that I already run and look at the best times in my city and see how I can set my own personal goals. If I play basketball, how can I improve myself? Remember, I'm a student first, so I need to make sure my student and my student stuff comes first, and then I would work on my extracurricular activities. But also, just because you want to be an athlete does not mean you don't need a major, okay? And I heard earlier someone asked me about, do athletes have real majors? Yes, they have real majors. Major in whatever you think you want to do. If you know you want to go to the NFL, that's great. But what do you want to do when life after the NFL is over? Because the average lifespan of an NFL player is 3 to 5 years. So what's your next step? Maybe you want to become a sports agent. Okay, so maybe I'm doing pre-law because I'm going to go to the NFL, but I want to do this. Or maybe I'm going to give back to my community, so I'm going to open a business. So maybe I major in business because I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Make sure you use the college experience to get college as well as achieving your next goals, because we know how slim the picking is to go into the next level. But I know you all are going to achieve your dreams, so I'm not going to sit here and say you're not. But just remember that there's life after sport, and most people retire from a sport before they're 30 or in their early 30s. When you think about it, if you look at your favorite player, when did they retire? They still have about 50 more years of life. So you got to do something else. Okay, how many years of playing high school sports are required? There's no specific amount of years for high school sports that are required to get a scholarship to college. You just have to be pretty good. I have many students who played basketball all their life, and one year they played football, and then they went on a football scholarship their senior year. It just depends on what the school is looking for, and if you actually like that sport when they offer you something different. Well, recruiting coaches accept only 2 years, 11, 12 grade. Yeah, so yes, they will accept 1 year. If it was a great season, it's a great season. You did really well. I know the session is about sport, but it also cover performing artists. If not, there's I don't think this session, because I don't think, if you ask me a specific question, I can answer it, but this is just specifically about sports. But if you ask a question, I'll tell you if I can answer. If I can't, I can send you my email and I can get you the answer. As a junior, am I late for reaching out to colleges? No, you're not late, guys. This is an unprecedented thing we've been through, guys. Everyone's going through the same thing in the pandemic. Some states, like I said, are open, some are not. So colleges are adapting as well as you are adapting, right? So it's not too late. There was no book written on how to apply for college in the pandemic before the pandemic happened, right? How to reach out to athletic coaches. So you're not doing wrong. Just keep pushing. Today, you just found out about recruiting coaches. Maybe tonight, you're sending them an email. They're not going to reply because it's Friday evening, but they'll get back to those emails on Monday, right? So it's never too late. It's never too late at all. Some schools have rolling admission, so it's not too late to the first day of class. So don't think of it that way. Like, don't feel defeated at any point, guys. We're here to help you, to help make you feel comfortable about this whole process. Have all of you been to some of the sessions with the actual institutions? Check them out. Ask them questions. They are the best spokesperson for their institution. But remember, it's not cookie cutter because every school has a different process. So don't let school A tell you about school B, because A and B don't match. Okay? Any questions? Like, I went to school on a track scholarship. Doesn't look like it right now, right? But I did. I reside in Georgia. I currently play football, basketball, and baseball. How likely or how typical is it for students such as myself to get athletic scholarship in 3 sports? Wow. Okay. So I don't have the percentage off the top of my head of students that play 3 sports in college. Sometimes at D3, students play multiple sports, but sometimes Athletes only do one, maybe possible two sports, but usually you focus on one because remember, you're a student. College is different than high school. Your time is going to be a lot different, okay? But that's a question for the recruiter. Maybe you put your sports in order of what's the most important to you. Like, I really want to play baseball in college. And if I know I want to play baseball, then maybe I focus on that and not basketball and football. But I would reach out to coaches and share that I do all three, definitely. And maybe they might see something differently and tell the other coach about you. Do you have any tips on what info to share with recruiters in your highlight? Yeah, the highlight, I would share the best of me. I would, it's quick. They're getting, you would just share you playing that sport, whistle to whistle. Definitely be whistle to whistle. If I've been featured in newspaper articles or things like that, I'm definitely sharing that too. Sometimes people link the recruiter to their Instagram. Now you have to have a conversation first before you just link them to your Instagram, because just like you don't want to see somebody's stuff, they don't want to see some random person stuff. So you have to let them know, but they always are tagged in different things. One thing I've seen that's really cool, right? Say you have a favorite player in your sport. Let's just use Deion Sanders. I'm going to use him because he's at Jackson State football right now, right? He's the head coach. If I knew that I wanted to play football at Jackson State and I'm a junior or a senior, either one, right? I'm going to start hashtagging every time I show my skills. When I post my videos, I'm a hashtag Deion Sanders, because at some point he's going to look at it. At some point, somebody on his staff is going to see it. I don't know if you guys probably saw this, but a student did this a couple years ago, tagged Shaquille O'Neal on everything. Shaquille O'Neal wasn't even playing basketball no more, but he has an influence because he went to LSU, and the student actually got a full scholarship to LSU, but he just kept tagging. Now, don't be annoying, but it has to be a good play. Show them something that stands out. Do you think everybody knew Zion before he got to Duke? Probably not. But somebody saw him and saw a video and kept reposting it. So when you do something positive, don't just say like, oh, I don't do the gram, I don't do this thing. You might want to showcase those things when you want to be an athlete in college. Any other questions, comments, concerns, thoughts? What GPA is required for a student athlete? 2.2 for certain, but it matches SAT with the GPA. So you have to look at the scale which you have, on which you have and which you're trying to go to. Like D1 is higher than D2 and so forth. But remember, if your GPA is low, less money. Most people don't go to school on 100% football, on a 100% athletic scholarship. They're usually combined with academics or something else. There are very few full athletic scholarships in the country. Then my friend on here, Kennedy, she mentioned Howard. Howard and a lot of Ivy League institutions do not give full athletic scholarships at all, because remember, the word is student athlete. So they want that student first. So you have to look at all those different types of things, okay? Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Thoughts, hopes, desires? Our full ride scholarships given to first round picks. What's a first round pick? And that's like kind of like, you're talking like NBA and NFL type field. What you mean, like people that do the signing day and stuff like that? That does not necessarily depend. Some people still got half and half, maybe got a full 50% academic and full 50% athletics. But yes, if you're asking about like those people that go to signing days and stuff like that, most of them do get full rides. But they weren't just looking at them one school year probably. But sometimes they are. But it just needs to be you're showing you're always showing your skill. Okay. We are our best representative. We are our best spokesperson, right? We have to show people. This year is unprecedented. So social media, videos, and reaching out are the only way people are going to know us, because they're not coming all over the country to every single game. which they were doing. They had people going to everything, right? Also, does your coach know you want to play sports in college? That's another thing. Sometimes our coaches just think, some coaches think, oh, they're just on the team. They might not know, right? So you want to make sure they know so they can reach out. And also they can tell you when people are coming in town. Signing days are usually the best athlete. It's not necessarily the best athlete, but the one that showed the most. I guess that's one way to say it. Not the best athlete, but they are really good at their school. They're what that institution is looking for. It doesn't have to be the best athlete, but if you're what that institution is looking for, if I know that and I keep using defensive players, but if I know 4 of my defensive players are not coming back, what am I looking for the next year? I'm looking for incoming defensive players, right? If I know my quarterback is a senior, the backup quarterback is a senior, and the one under him is a junior, what am I going to look for? Quarterbacks. But there's a slot for everybody, but there's a certain amount of scholarships each school can get, each sport can give out. And each institution has a different number, depending on the funding. So if you don't hear anything I said, make sure you know who the recruiting coach is. Recruiting coach, fill out your NCAA clearinghouse form and your highlights. Make sure that coaches know who you are. Reach out. Reach out. I know you guys are going to get into these dream schools and you're going to get money to play these sports. It's going to be amazing. There's no best website to apply for athletic scholarships. The best athletic scholarships come from each institution. So that would be the university's website of the athletic department. Okay. Athletic scholarships don't sit. So you have to look at the institution. Now, scholarships in general, scholarship.com, FastWeb, those kind of things are all scholarships. But when you talk about athletics, it's specific to the institution. Okay. Anybody have any burning questions, thoughts, concerns? Now I apologize. My PowerPoint, something is my Mac. Maybe I don't know how to use the MacBook anymore. It's not allowing me to push the button. If you have no more questions, go see some colleges. Make sure you see some colleges. Have a great day.